If you live in America and you don't have your credit right, it's one of the biggest mistakes that you can literally make. Credit literally revolves around everything we're doing in life. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 of the most common mistakes that I see people make that literally cost them tens of thousands of dollars just by making these 3 simple mistakes. Now, just by making only these 3 simple mistakes. So we live in a credit-based society, not a cash-based society. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down everything that you guys need to know on what to avoid. And make sure you guys go ahead and stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you guys a secret bonus tip on what not to do, especially with your credit. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. Guys, so really my journey with credit really began when I was 18 years old. So really what happened was my parents, they ended up not wanting to co-sign for a car. I literally had to buy my first car cash from my dad. So me being 18 years old, I was definitely super pissed that I actually had to cough up money in order to be able to buy my first car. But it really started off my credit journey. So being in credit for such a long time, I made sure to learn everything about credit and how I can actually be able to leverage it. However, along the journey, there was a lot of pitfalls and mistakes that I honestly made that literally hurt my credit and I would avoid at all costs now. That's why I wanted to go ahead and bring this video because to be honest, right, most people, they don't even really look at their credit. They don't even look at their bank account. The most important thing, you have all these girls literally telling you to build out different Notion templates and also do all these different financial tracking systems. The main thing, all of that is cool and all, but the main thing you really need to understand about finances and also credit, you can't manage what you don't measure. The most important thing you need to understand is that you can't manage what you don't measure. If you don't look at your credit score every single day, then how do you know if it's in good shape or if it's in bad shape? And the same thing with your finances. So if you're not checking your bank account every single day, you don't know how much money you'll have. You're also not gonna know if your bank account decreased or increased. And so really paying attention to your finances is really the most important thing because your finances will only start to grow once you pay attention to it. So that's one of the most important things. Money's a bad mistress. If you don't pay attention to it, it'll leave you for somewhere that does. So that's step number 1, which is literally just making sure that you pay attention to your credit. So many different information out there, right? So really with all the information, so many people are so lost and there's so many misconceptions that I often hear. I have clients literally asking me, "Oh, boo, should I do this or should I do that?" Or I have friends or family members literally asking me, "All right, what should I go ahead and do with my credit? How can I be able to go ahead and leverage it?" So really what all this misconception stems from, right, is all these different gurus telling you guys to do one thing, do this, do that. Stop listening to everything. Literally just pick 1 or 2 people to study this subject on, and you have to be your own research. Stop taking advice from a 60-second reel because oftentimes there's a lot more to it that can't be explained in 60 seconds. And to be honest, most gurus really don't know what they're talking about, but that's a topic for another day. So let's go ahead and go to the 3 mistakes to avoid with credit. If you don't want to go ahead and make the banks rich by charging high interest, let's go into these 3 mistakes you must avoid. So let's start off with number 1. So number 1, the biggest mistake you can honestly do with your credit is honestly one of the worst ones you can do is to literally max out your credit cards, especially if you're on the personal side. Now, maxing out your personal credit cards is literally the worst thing you can do because it literally skyrockets your utilization. So if you are going to go ahead and actually spend money, I would honestly just go ahead and pay off your balances before the due date because that way, whatever shows up on your credit report. So like I mentioned, utilization is 30% of your score. It's literally a second category. It's a second factor that's on your credit score. So it goes payment history, which is 35%, and then utilization right below it. So if you go ahead and actually skyrocket your utilization, it's going to tank your credit score. But more importantly, right, you won't be able to go ahead and get access to more credit. Because think about it. If you go ahead and actually have a lender and they see that you actually maxed out your credit card, do you literally think a lender is going to give you more credit if they realize you can't even handle your own credit? So maxing out your credit card is honestly one of the worst things you can do. Plus, if you actually leave a balance on your card, you're going to have to pay that interest every single month. Now, if you go ahead and actually max out your card and you just make the minimum payment, you literally can turn a $5,000 shopping spree into a $6,000 or even $7,000 shopping spree just simply because of the interest. It's to not get any single late payments. Getting a late payment will drop your credit score anywhere from 80 to 100 points. Payment history is literally the biggest factor on your credit report. It's worth about 35% of your overall score. So if you get just one late payment, so it's automatically going to go ahead and tank your credit score. So let's say, for example, you have your due date, right? So you're not technically considered late until after 30 days of your due date. So let's say your due date was around February 15th. If your due date was around February 15th, then if you don't pay by March 15th, you're automatically going to be considered late. So how you guys can be able to avoid this is to simply just set up auto payment for a minimum payment on every single one of your credit cards. If you set up auto payment for the minimum balance due, it'll help you guys avoid any type of late payments. Late payments are probably one of the hardest things to be removed off your credit report just because you have that validation, right, from that actual creditor that you didn't make that payment on time. And they can easily verify when you actually made your payment. But the things you have to understand is that late payments, after you go ahead and make one late payment, take about 12 months of solid payment history to be able to recover from it. That's why you want to go ahead and use consumer law in order to be able to go ahead and get it removed. And I also have a video on my channel on how to remove late payments. So definitely check it out after this video. So the third mistake that I see people make with their credit now is literally closing out credit cards that you don't even use. And you might have had that time where you went to a department store card, you might have went to a Macy's, a JCPenney's, or even a Sears, and you went ahead and opened up a credit card with them. So let's say, for example, you use a credit card a couple of different times, but afterwards you really don't even use the credit card. So that's one of the most common things, right? So you go ahead and you actually get the credit card, but then later on, you barely even use the credit card. So since you're not actually using the card, you want to go ahead and close it. But really the main issue with closing a credit card is that you automatically lose any type of age that was associated with that credit card. So that's why you never want to actually close an account. What I'll honestly do instead, right, is to go ahead and actually use that credit card maybe once or even twice a month. Go ahead and pour some gas, go ahead and actually buy an item, and then simply just pay it back off. That way you can be able to keep the credit card open. Now you want to actually lose the age on your credit report. Now one thing to really keep in mind is that you don't want to go ahead and pay off the balance to zero. So most credit card issuers won't even send an updated copy to the credit bureaus if you have a balance of zero for more than 6 months. It actually costs the credit card issuers to be able to go ahead and send an updated report to the credit bureaus. So they don't want to actually go ahead and waste their money, especially if you have a $0 balance, because to them, it's really nothing to report. Now, this will actually hurt your credit score because it won't be factored in to the algorithm. So if you stuck around to the end of this video, I know that you're serious, not curious. That's why I want to give you this fourth bonus tip on mistakes to avoid whenever building out your credit report. Now, the fourth mistake that I'll honestly avoid with credit is to literally never co-sign for anybody. Yes, you might have a brother, you might have a sister that doesn't necessarily have the best credit and they need to be able to get a car, a house, a loan, whatever it is. I would honestly say to never co-sign, because so if you end up co-signing, their spending habits, how they manage their credit will affect your credit. And so for me, I make it a rule, right, to never co-sign for anybody, because I'm not going to go ahead and mess up my credit just because somebody ends up missing a payment. You're going to be 100% liable if they default. So if they go ahead and actually default, if the car gets repoed, it's going to ruin your credit score. If they don't actually pay back the loan or they get a repossession or any of that, right, it'll honestly show up on your credit report just as much, and you could have nothing to do with it. That's why I'll never co-sign for anybody, and I recommend that anybody shouldn't either, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to spend so much time and also hard work and building on my credit. That's why I honestly say to never co-sign for anybody. If they really need it that bad, just go ahead and tell them to fix their credit, or to be honest, they're finding a different option. All right, guys, so that's a wrap for this video. These are the 4 mistakes you must absolutely avoid whenever building out your credit, so you guys don't ruin it. So with that being said, go ahead and make sure to subscribe and get your boy at 10K subscribers as soon as possible. Your boy's on the road to 10K. And like always, I'll see you at the top, my boy. I'm out.